Thanks, Meg. Tonight, a warning for families with American-made cars. Not necessarily a design flaw, but a definite problem that is killing children. 2-year-old Nathan White was crushed to death by a power window. It happened in Wichita, Kansas 2 years ago. Yancy Ayaya was killed in Dallas. Her mom was in the car with her when the window closed on her throat, but her mother had no idea because the force of the window prevented the toddler from screaming for help. And this Oklahoma teenager, 15-year-old Damian Anthony, was strangled to death by the power window while he was washing his car in Seminole. He was 1 day away from getting his driver's permit. Tonight, News Channel 4's Allie Meyer has a consumer alert every parent must see. And Allie, this is alarming.
Sure is, Kevin. You know, parents might think that all power windows are the same, but they very much are not. Here's what you need to know. Most European cars have what's called the push-down pull-up switch. It's impossible for your child's knee to fall on this switch and force the window to go up. But if the window is going up, here's what will happen if your child's neck is caught in the way. It's called auto reverse. The situation is very different with American-made cars. They have this kind of switch, a toggle switch. It's very easy for a toddler's knee or elbow to fall on this switch and cause the window to go up. And here's what happens. If your child's neck gets caught in the way, well, this is going to be alarming to parents. It could get snapped right off. See, these windows weigh only 10 pounds, but the motors in these car doors exert nearly 80 pounds of pressure. Far too much for your child's neck to bear. Any parent would give their life to protect a child. Moms and dads look for danger everywhere. But would you think to look here?
It only takes a second, to change everything.
Families who've lost children in power window accidents say the danger couldn't be more clear.
Her little body and neck and airway had no chance against that window.
Jay and Britt Gates have 3 children, newborn Eli, 1-year-old Faith, and Zoe, who they say is waiting for them in heaven.
She was so girly some days, and then other days she really enjoyed, working outside, and she loved being outside and being around cattle.
3 years ago, Zoe was spending a day with Dad at the family sale barn in Kansas. Jay stepped away from his truck for less than 1 minute.
And her knee hit the switch, causing the window to raise, and it took her with it.
Strangled to death by the power window in her dad's pickup. Like most American-made vehicles, there was no auto reverse, no way to stop the window from crushing Zoe's airway.
The only reason I bought it is because it has auto reverse.
Britt drives a Volkswagen now. Power window safeguards are standard on all European cars. The windows won't go up unless you pull the switch up. Impossible for a toddler to accidentally step on the switch and close the window. It's also equipped with auto reverse.
So if something's in the way and it touches it, it's just automatically going to go back down. And even though I'm holding the switch up.
A safety feature that would have saved Zoe and dozens of other children all over the country. Attorney David Little.
Well, I can tell you over the last 70 days, we know of 7 children that have been killed.
David has been going after American car manufacturers since Zoe's death. You see, most American cars have the most dangerous kind of power window switches, a toggle or rocker switch. A loose foot or elbow could easily push the button down and raise the window up, no matter what or who is in the way.
The technology is there, has been for years. We put it on U.S. vehicles sold overseas and protect those children, but we do nothing in this country.
Every day, Lydia Muldrup lives with the devastation of power window catastrophe. 3 years ago, her oldest son became trapped in the car window.
I couldn't tell that he was stuck in there. So then I ran around and he wasn't breathing, and I really went hysterical.
Doctors estimate Austin's brain was deprived of oxygen for several minutes. He's 6 now. Because of traumatic brain injury, he can't talk or walk on his own. His mom still dresses him. He still wears diapers.
I thought I had the window locks on, but I guess he got them off or they weren't on.
Austin will never measure up to the other kids. 3-year-old Charlie will grow up caring for his big brother. Lydia will face Austin's challenges for the rest of her life. Thankful, though, she has a son to tuck in at night. Because of power window accidents, so many other moms don't. I contacted the major American car manufacturers. The good news, if you have auto up or one touch up, you might also likely have auto reverse. Also good news from Daimler Chrysler. They tell me they are planning to incorporate the push down, pull up, very safe switches in their newer cars. As for the other American car manufacturers, they tell me there are no plans to change their design. And in fact, they mostly put blame on the parents, saying you shouldn't leave your child in the car unattended. Back to you.
But you can sure feel a parent's pain. Thank you. One other note, the parents of little Zoe are actively pursuing legislation that would force American car manufacturers to keep up with their European counterparts by incorporating safe switches and auto reverse into their vehicles.